Testing out, testing out, testing out. Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Bancourt. Thank you for viewing my video. So here is the Fuji X-H1. I went ahead and I bought it. I had to sell my Fuji X-T2, which I absolutely loved. But I needed something for my big hands, and I wanted the image stabilization. I do YouTube videos, I do reviews on YouTube, obviously. And I also do photography. Image stabilization will come in handy for both. It won't help me be better at either one, but it will help me. It will serve a purpose. So for those people that are skeptical about whether image stabilization is worth buying an X-H1, let me tell you that I used a Nikon 105mm f2.5 vintage lens. I put it down all the way to 1/15th of a second, and I took a shot, and it came out really good, which is really impressive because the lens is nearly the same length as this 16mm lens. Not as heavy, but it is all metal, so it's a heavy lens as well. So that was no small feat, going down to 1/15th and having a sharp image. That's what image stabilization for photographers is capable of doing. I went ahead and I got the bundle that comes with this battery booster grip. It comes with two 26S batteries. By themselves, they cost nearly $80, the batteries. So you get the bundle for $2,200, I believe, and it's worth it. If you're going to pick up an X-H1, use, I know this might come off a little brash or whatever, spend the extra $300 and get this booster battery grip, the battery booster grip. Get it, because you're going to need it. There's a lot going on under the hood for this Fuji X-H1. You have image stabilization, you have Bluetooth connectivity, you have a touchscreen in the back, you have the screen up on top. There's a lot more going on with the Fuji X-H1 than there was with the Fuji X-T2. So that's why it is beneficial. You get the booster grip with two batteries, expensive batteries. It's a bargain, at least in my opinion. It doesn't help that I bought two brand new batteries a week prior to picking up the X-H1. So I have 6 26S batteries. So when I go using this in the field, I don't have to worry about battery usage. It does drain the battery a little quicker than an X-T2. As I stated before, there's a lot going on under the hood. You hear a little fan going off. You might not hear it here because I'm using, by the way, I picked up a used Fuji X-E2, $300 on eBay. Man, what a little beast of a camera. I'm using the onboard microphone, so that's why my audio sucks, because right now I'm reviewing I'm giving my impressions on the X-H1, so I need a camera to record while I do that. Normally I'll use my X-H1 with my regular microphone, whether it's the boom mic or my more expensive microphone. But the audio quality might not be that good, so I apologize about that. But anyway, my impressions of using the X-H1, the build quality is top-notch. It is absolutely beautiful. It is not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap at all. If you're familiar with the X-T2, I'm going to keep comparing it to the X-T2 because that's the Fuji camera that I had and adored. It is, the build quality is just a step above what you are familiar with the X-T2. The bulk, yeah, there's bulk. Is it extremely heavier than an X-T2? No. It is heavier and a little bulkier, but that comes for a reason. Handling the 16mm lens with this extended grip, it's so much easier than the way I used to handle it when I had this lens on my X-T2. It was at times a chore to hold this lens with an X-T2, and I had to buy the battery booster grip for the X-T2 just so I could have a little more to hold for lenses this big. With this X-H1, I don't even necessarily need to put this, and quite frankly, to be honest, this will add some weight and some bulk because it extends this bigger grip. It definitely comes in handy. Let me tell you, you're gonna need, if you want to record in that fabulous 4K resolution, you're gonna need the 30 minutes that comes of 15 minutes of extended footage you can get with the booster grip. And plus you could put it on boost mode and just have a much smoother experience when operating the X-H1. I did have a moment where it froze on me, so that is very similar to the X-T2 as well. I do have a protective glass over the touchscreen. As you can see, I accidentally activated a feature. You can actually create shortcuts. Here's my histogram. So that's pretty cool. I can turn off Bluetooth, turn it back on with some swipes. So that's pretty cool. The screen is prettier. What you see in this rear LCD, there is a difference. And as far as the electronic viewfinder, it's a lot bigger too. It's a lot bigger. You have more distance, and it does seem, it seems a tad bit more vibrant. When it comes to shutter time or shutter speed, or blackouts like they like to call it, I guess there's a difference. Nothing really substantial, because I never really took photos in high speed shutter mode, so I really can't tell when it comes to that. But as far as autofocus speed, I know some people have said it's significantly better. I won't say significantly. The X-T2 was pretty darn fast, and this is a tad bit faster. The X, oh, there we go. That has something to do with Bluetooth, and when it shuts off, it's like still syncing or something weird like that. Anyway, ISO performance, you will notice a slight difference, better performance. The difference is better on the X-H1 when compared to the X-T2. So I can hit above 12,000 and still get a fairly usable image. I was testing that yesterday, and you see that LCD, there's something with the Bluetooth. It'll shut off, but yeah, it's kind of weird. I got to see what's that all about. So you have more support in the lens mount area as for these bigger lenses, and it just feels like it feels like an X-T2 that worked out for 2 years and then suddenly showed up to school looking all buff, and everybody wants to be its friend. So you might be wondering why it's making noises, and I have a new Peak Design camera clip that I bought, so I have the base still on it. That's why you hear that knocking sound. So not to worry that, you know, there's an imbalance or it doesn't sit right. Overall, is it a worthy or a significant upgrade over the X-T2? When you look at everything that comes with it, in-body stabilization, Bluetooth, touchscreen, top screen over here, bigger hand grip, it really is. You have a slightly thicker build, a little more weight, more support, as I stated, where the lenses mount. There's just a lot going on for the X-H1, and it is. I was a little worried when I sold my X-T2, and I'm not disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all. Really quick, aesthetically, I prefer the way the X-T2 looks, but this shutter button, yeah, it is quiet, and everything people say about how quiet it is and sensitive, just give you an idea. That's quiet. And it is sensitive. But it just feels out of place. It just, compared to everything that looks like a Fuji camera, this just seems out of place. The design I'm talking about. It just feels like a Nikon or a Canon. Everything else feels like vintage Fuji. This shutter button doesn't. But I'm not looking at the shutter button. I'm looking through the viewfinder or the rear LCD and the subject I'm taking photos of. So so the shutter button is not a big deal. But anyway, those are my initial impressions. I plan to do videos showing the image stabilization when recording video. And tomorrow I'm going to do a photo shoot in Chinatown. So I should have some images that I can show off on my website. My website, by the way, brand new website. The URL is www.com. Excuse me, www.josebphotography.com. I'll leave a link in the description. Check it out. Let me know what you think about my website. And it shows off some of my work, in case you were wondering. But that's that. The X-H1 is a fantastic camera, worthy of carrying the Fuji name. So that's it for now. I'm Jose Betancourt. I thank you for viewing my videos. I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.